The girls in the house feel happy when Daniel comes over. The girls in the house love when Daniel visits. The girls in the house allow Daniel to come over with ease. The girls in the house always feel comfortable with Daniel visiting. The girls in the house always say yes to Daniel coming over. The girls in the house enjoy when Daniel is here. The girls in the house feel relaxed when Daniel visits. The girls in the house feel good about Daniel coming over. The girls in the house welcome Daniel warmly. The girls in the house like having Daniel here. The girls in the house always let Daniel in with ease. The girls in the house feel at peace with Daniel visiting. The girls in the house naturally support Daniel coming over. The girls in the house are happy when Daniel and I spend time together. The girls in the house always agree for Daniel to come over. The girls in the house allow Daniel to visit freely and easily. The girls in the house enjoy knowing Daniel is here with me. The girls in the house are always open to Daniel visiting. The girls in the house let Daniel come over with love and ease. The girls in the house like when Daniel and I are together. The girls in the house support Daniel being here with me. Daniel brings me beautiful flowers on Monday. Daniel always brings me flowers on Monday. I love when Daniel brings me flowers on Monday. Daniel feels joy when he brings me flowers on Monday. Daniel is excited to bring me flowers on Monday. I feel so happy receiving flowers from Daniel on Monday. Daniel surprises me with flowers on Monday. Daniel enjoys giving me flowers on Monday. I love the flowers Daniel brings me on Monday. Daniel brings me flowers with love and care on Monday. Daniel and I smile when he gives me flowers on Monday. Flowers from Daniel on Monday fill me with joy. Daniel always remembers to bring me flowers on Monday. Daniel makes me feel special with flowers on Monday. Daniel chooses beautiful flowers for me on Monday. I always feel loved when Daniel brings me flowers on Monday. Daniel and I share the most amazing day together. Daniel and I cuddle with love and comfort. Daniel and I laugh together with pure joy. Daniel and I eat together with happiness. Daniel and I walk together with peace and love. Daniel and I watch movies together with fun and comfort. Daniel and I relax together with joy. Daniel and I always get along beautifully. Daniel and I connect so deeply. Daniel and I connect with love and ease. Daniel and I connect with trust and joy. Daniel and I connect with comfort and harmony. Daniel and I feel our connection grow stronger every moment. Daniel and I feel our connection flow naturally. Daniel and I feel our connection shine with love. Daniel and I feel our connection deepen with every breath. Daniel and I share meaningful conversations. Daniel and I share playful conversations. Daniel and I share long conversations with ease. Daniel and I share deep conversations with love. Daniel and I share endless conversations with joy. Daniel and I talk for hours with comfort and ease. Daniel and I talk for hours with love and laughter. Daniel and I talk for hours with connection and harmony. Daniel and I always have so much to say. Daniel and I never run out of words. Daniel and I always flow in conversation. Daniel and I understand each other so well. Daniel and I listen to each other with love. Daniel and I speak to each other with care. Daniel and I enjoy every word we share. Daniel and I always feel closer through conversation. Daniel and I enjoy every moment together. Daniel and I always have the best time together. Our connection grows stronger every moment. Our conversations flow easily and naturally. Daniel and I feel so close and happy together. Daniel and I feel safe and loving together. Daniel and I enjoy cuddling all day. Daniel and I enjoy laughing all day. Daniel and I enjoy eating and sharing food all day. Daniel and I enjoy walking hand in hand. Daniel and I enjoy watching movies side by side. Daniel and I enjoy talking for hours with ease. Daniel and I feel peace together. Daniel and I feel love together. Daniel and I feel joy together. Daniel and I feel deep connection together. Daniel and I feel natural comfort together. Daniel and I feel harmony together. Daniel and I always share a perfect day.